gentlemen, and welcome to the second stream here. We are live for Star Ladder Season 13. It's compLexity taking on Liquid, who apparently are not tagged up quite right. And Lumi is fixing my overlays. Of course, I'm not alone here. I am LD. I'm joined by my good friend Luminous. Inverse.
Yo, so Earth Spirit's gonna get banned out? Price?
Versus Jerax, probably not. Overly surprising.
Are you surprised that Earth Spirit is so good when it's not in the hand of Jerax? Because it's been really dominating, at least on this side of the stream today.
I'm not too surprised. There was a great game by who was it? Pylai played a really good Earth Spirit earlier. And you know, people talk about, oh, you can't pull people out of Chronosphere with the eggs. Doesn't matter, just turn them into a stone, they're invincible.
Even better,
yeah. Who cares?
MMY had a big game. MMY had a big game on LGD.
MMY might be the best Star Spirit player for my money right now. Out of there's some teams like Vici Gaming who I haven't seen play this patch yet, but every game he makes plays.
Fear had a good Earth Spirit as well. Like even a lot of these European teams are secretly practicing this OP hero. So it's not just your
I guess he's not secret anymore. Nobody's gonna ignore Earth Spirit at this point.
Right.
But Tusk, perhaps the alternative, doesn't give you exactly the same tools and not quite as long range of initiation, but
they both roll in, so it's close enough.
Yeah, they're both great defensively and offensively, fairly tanky, good roamers. They do it all.
I don't know, it feels like, especially the game that you casted with the Earth Spirit is a great example of this, that game goes long enough, like Earth Spirit is gonna make plays.
And it doesn't even need farm, that's the other thing. Like if you get the farm, it's great, but it's definitely not essential. Here's another hero. This one was super popular in the American qualifier for the Shanghai Major. Didn't see too much play in some of the other regions, but I think after the qualifiers, a lot of teams looked at replays, and now everybody's running Death Prophet. G had a crazy game on her earlier, even though they lost, was 1v4ing.
10 seconds.
I saw that fight.
A Naga who had more farm than him, and yeah, that was just no. Almost killed all 4 heroes too.
It turns out when you have Octarine, Regen, plus Siphon Soul, plus Crypt Swarm, plus Exorcism Ghost, you're not dying.
She's basically immortal. Also, by the way, Lone Druid is in the game.
Yes.
Not banned. Bulldog just got done
polishing people with
memeing everyone with Lone Druid.
Radiant team
Do not ban Lone Druid.
Radiant team ban.
Bad times will be had.
I do want to say that at least out of the American qualifiers, one thing in common with all the teams was that their offlane players did very well. Boba did very well. Chessie did very well. Swindles is their offlane hero.
The one who Bulba struggled a bit more than the others, but yeah, overall I think and Moo played really well also in the qualifier.
I do think that Swindles is gonna do well, and
he's way more comfortable in that role than mid.
Yes. The way that compLexity has been running offlane is that they actually put their safe lane in the offlane, sometimes in like a dual offlane position, and Swindle gets the safe lane himself, playing a lot of the offlane heroes. So it's a different dynamic coming out compared to more of the traditional offlaners. He gets to run things like Brewmaster in the offlane or Slaughter a little bit safer. So I'm actually a big fan of compLexity. I hope that they will make it out of this group, but this is the group of death, in my opinion. You got Secret, you got Liquid, you got VP who looked pretty strong just now. And then who else do you have? You have Wings.
We can actually take a look at those standings, and I'm not sure if they're actually updated. VP, there was another result, I think, in this group, but yeah, VP Secret played a pretty crazy match earlier. And obviously, Wings just got done destroying Vega as well. So.
I don't think there's a weak team in this group. There's no Navi
and this group feels like a little tighter on the middle, maybe. Whereas a group A, you've got some teams that are going to struggle to even win a game at this point.
Sure.
So Razor and OD get banned, 2 of the better heroes to maybe dominate or at least break even with the Death Prophet early on. Oh, that was not expected.
This is Hanskins, I believe. He played a lot of that in NIP.
Coddle and what? It's always like, who's he with? I feel like with the Keeper of the Light nowadays. Who's his buddy?
Coddle and Crypt Swarm's already fairly decent, right?
Yeah. Free Arcane Rune.
Yeah.
And that Arcane Rune plus Octarine on Death Prophet. Disgusting. Her ult has like over 50% uptime at that point, I think.
10 seconds remaining.
Pretty close.
The Keeper plus what is... I mean,
5 seconds
I guess
remaining.
you always ask the question as like IO plus what when IO plus a thing was popular, but it turns out that
Reserve
IO was
time.
just really good.
Yeah,
Right,
I
so
mean,
I say keepers.
I feel like nowadays it's more like IO plus what, but yeah, back in the day it was just IO.
Right. I say keeper is also fairly similar in that regards. Is that like having a keeper on your team is good. You know, people want more mana. People hate mono leak. I remember when 6.86 first came out, I just bought Aether Lens on this hero straight up, and it's just like mono leak from a mile away. And if you look at heroes like Tusk, Darkseer, and Viper, that's not their happy place when you get mono leak and blinding light. So
they have not run any keeper in their last 10 games. They did not. I'm not even sure if they played it in the major actually.
10 seconds remaining.
So this is definitely a curveball, not something Liquid will have expected.
okay, there you go.
Oh
Keeper
man,
plus Bristle.
be interesting.
Oh, we got food delivered to us. Conrad, the man, the myth, the legend. But you know, we actually can't eat this while casting. And by the time we're eating,
are we just gonna mute the stream and they can just watch the draft while we eat? Yeah, they don't need to hear.
It's very self-explanatory.
They don't need to hear your 6 chamomile insight. That's okay. Thank you,
feels
Conrad.
Like, it feels like you're mocking.
I don't know what this is.
10 seconds remaining.
Dinner is eggplant.
How come I got the meat?
5 seconds remaining.
Ellie has no meat. Ellie, do you not eat meat anymore? Like I think you're. I know you're on like a diet thing, right? Or
yeah, I'm on the meat train. I'm all about that meat. All right. Anyway, there's a game going on. Sorry guys, we have not eaten since like 9-10 hours ago, so everyone here is a little stir crazy from lack of food. But back to the draft, where they did go into a Viper for Liquid, with the customary Bada Razor ban. I guess they had to find another obnoxiously tanky and hard to kill core for him to play.
I say Viper is actually pretty good against DP, right? Because a lot of her spells is not as effective against you. I guess Siphon Soul is still fairly good because it does pure damage, get rid of or bypass the corrosive skin a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But just dropping Viper or the Viper Strike onto DP away a lot of her mobility in fights, and she can't just be as obnoxious chasing support hero downs.
What do they want to do with pick number 4? Taking a lot of time here for Liquid. I haven't shown the Matumba Man hero. Historically we've seen a lot of like the Slarks, the Embers, fairly aggressive mid-game type.
The Juggernauts.
Yeah, Juggernaut. They're gonna hide the carry for now. What else has Matumba played? Lone Druid's still out there. They ran that. Anti-Mage. It's a while to come online against this draft. Not sure if this is an anti-mage game. Oh, he's actually played Lycan a couple times recently.
Okay. Lycan will run very well with
Lycan Chen, yeah. That's actually pretty dirty with this draft. I like Lycan here.
Although, you do have Keeper, so the counter push would be pretty decent. Keeper plus Death Prophet. Yeah, the counter push is good enough, I think, to withstand
You can still kind of split push with the Necro army a bit.
Okay, that's fair.
But we'll see. Trying to think if there's anything else they could run. But as for complexity, what are you expecting?
Yeah, my question is this a Bristleback off lane? Is this a carry Bristleback? In either case, it doesn't really matter, right? He's going to be paired up with the Keeper, and the other half the map is going to be combined with another core. And I just hope that we don't see another melee core, because Viper really shuts down most melee cores, including Bristleback.
Complexity going to ban out the Queen of Pain here. Something that isn't too farm intensive and can spread the map as well as deep push pretty well.
Complexity's turn.
Now we'll see if it is. So if it is a safe lane bristle, then they need like their. That's the one thing is if it's off lane bristle, I feel like they're lacking that initiator aside from Bane, which isn't the best after the laning stage.
I remember Complexity playing a bit of Brewmaster in the qualifier. Would you think that it'll fit all right here? Give you a bit of control.
Yeah, Brew's not too bad here. They have 0. Well, they've got minimal lockdown, so you're always going to get the split off in the fights.
And it's more towards what you said, right? They need somebody to jump in to start the fight. Brewmaster probably the best in business for doing something like that.
I mean, if they wanted to be a little bit greedier, they could go for like a Slardar, run the Bristle off lane, Slardar safe.
Sure,
Bane Slardar is pretty good. Amp damage for Roshan. Not that they need it, but it would give them a ton of physical damage.
The downside to Slardar is that he's a very Viper food in the sense that
a very Viper food,
tasty Viper food, right? Like you get Viper Strike and then you kind of even with Sprint, you're really slow down. So they go Brewmaster.
All right. Well, this is a terrifying mid-game 5-man, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then with that profit, I mean, as we've seen, there is also late game. So
With that said, though, I think Liquid has really good lanes, right? Darkseer against either of these melee heroes should be, absolute blast with Iron Shell. Viper should do fine against DP. So if they line something up well for Matamba Man, then I think they could maybe attack from a different angle. Maybe not mid-game, but just
10
dominate them in the
seconds
early
remaining.
stages of the game and try to do well from there.
good with the
5
last pick.
seconds
What's
remaining.
Matamba going to play? I see a pretty heavy push coming. Do they want to try to play the split push
Reserve
game?
time.
In which case, maybe we're looking at like an anti-mage, or do they want to try and fight head on? And I'm not really sure what the hero is. Like, if you go Ember, he takes a while to come online. Juggernaut is going to be useless against the Brewmaster, I think, after the
10
early to mid game. And these heroes also just build tanky in general. Crimson Guard is a likely grab for the Bristle.
5 seconds
Are we just like
remaining.
whittling down to choices and then there's
I'm just-
AM?
I don't think it's an AM game, though.
Ooh.
That's not bad. Up against tanky cores, gives you a way to deal with the Bristle.
But who's doing the initial burst damage to make that ultimate good?
That's a good point. Chen.
Penitence into Dagon, right? Like, it's like combo and puff games. I mean, like that goal
I
is
feel
fine.
like there's a lot of pressure on Liquid to have a decent laning stage with this draft, because they need so much farm to be able to
Well,
take
the
down.
first two here, the Darkseer and Viper, they lane well. Necrofalls, I guess you could be annoying with the passive.
Yeah,
But
definitely annoying for Swindle, who will be in the off lane, but he's going to have the keeper's help quite likely.
the thing is, the way that complexity run it, he might be in the safe lane. I don't know. They all often swap it up. Chessie might be in the off lane with the Bane. Who
They
knows?
could do it that
10
way as well.
seconds remaining.
All right, so Z-Freak is going to be playing a keeper. I do want to say
5
that NIP
seconds
used to
remaining.
play a lot of keeper, and it was Askin that was playing it. No, I don't remember. Or maybe it was Steel Kid. Yeah, it was Steel Kid playing it a lot. So never mind.
All right, I gotta fix my settings here.
Yeah, sorry. I think I switched some of your settings earlier.
Lumi, please. Sabotaging me. Ew. Edge pain. Oh my god.
This food looks pretty good.
My food does not look good.
Eggplant. This is just a play of eggplants.
All right. We have working hotkeys here. Oh,
All right.
or no, you changed.
I never changed your hotkeys.
Yeah, you did. You changed my menu. I don't have my W anymore.
Dude,
Lumi.
I had to manually click this last game.
Where's my W, Lumi?
I don't know.
Dude, you changed my settings on me? That ain't cool.
You no longer named the disgusting noob though on my screen.
Oh, great.
You're just LD.
One can watch my weird settings.
There's like no logic behind this. Oh, dude, you used your keyboard for camera?
I have it as an option.
Okay.
For if I need it.
This is intense.
I don't even remember how
This is some AKMMR observing.
Oh my
hotkeys.
god, what did you do to my...
I didn't do anything. Stream be my proof.
I lost.
Lumi did nothing.
I lost.
Dude, I was watching the town at home, and there's some like really dubious place, but it was hilarious.
Are you talking about me?
No, not you. It's just like
What
the
are
event
these-
as a whole.
I'm gonna have to freaking click on the menu now. I don't even... Oh my god. Go and the dank memes are with you. Super dank, super spooky. Spucky?
Spucky.
It's a spucky.
I'm not sure what I want to Google that. Somebody can tell us,
Probably
right?
not.
All right, the double TP into the 2 lanes reward. That's intense, man.
Oh my god. Okay, Mind Control is going to get his ward down simultaneously. Looks like Jurex will be doing the same thing. And nobody actually TPing to contest the early ward game, so...
Dude, 150 gold economic damage done by complexity. Easy.
Yeah, Liquid not going to be too happy about that. Or, sorry, Complexity not going to be too happy about that if they get scouted out here. And we Swindle leading the pack in. Full 5-man commitment.
All right.
With Coddle, you're itching for that 5v5 fight.
Well, the thing is, he's actually got
But he's actually, yeah,
got chakra.
look at that.
We do see teams like Wings been doing a lot, and I think Alliance where you just like you don't even think about your first spell anymore. You have your bristle back
30
running, drop a couple of cold
seconds to
spray, and just when the enemy team thinks they could kill your bristle, you chakra him and he drops 2 more, and then you die. So it's some good stuff. That's a deep ward here by Hanskin.
He's going to block off the camp meanwhile. Does look like Matumba Man is trying to keep tabs on the jungle, and another aggressive observer ward. compLexity. I've seen this from a few teams trying to shut down not just Chen. We saw it when EG was playing the Enigma earlier. I think 3 even more aggressive wards got dropped, and then Enigma just ran up here and just farmed this camp instead, and it was basically like his jungle had not been warded at all. It's very tough to shut junglers down in the new map.
Well, I guess Chen is a slightly different story in the sense that he prefers certain camps.
Yeah.
So he has a little bit less freedom, but he still has 1 more sentry ward, so...
I mean, in that case, though, like, you still have one of your key big camps up to the north, so... Let's see.
Do you think it's even worth it to make those kind of play?
I'm not sure. I've just, so far when I've seen it, like, I've seen teams invest a lot of money in shutting down the jungle game, and generally it has not worked, but maybe you need a hero like, I don't know, Bounty Hunter that can harass a little bit better?
Yeah.
Not entirely sure.
Alright, so in terms of the lanes that's coming your way, Chessie's going to have a 2v1 against Mind Control. Mind Control is just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm Dexter. I have Iron Shells.
And now he's level 2, so... Yeah, this is a hero with a stun. Maybe he's in a little bit of danger, but now he's pretty much guaranteed not to die.
Well, to be fair, Nightmare, if he has to after the Surge, it's a very, very good counter, so...
Yeah, if you're able to force out the Surge first. Right. Double Mango build from Jessie.
Yeah, Mango, where have they gone to, you know? It's Verifier is the new thing on the block.
A little Hadouken in the mid lane, Limp getting clubbed. Gotta respect this thing, man. This might be a solo kill.
It could be first blood.
Limp?
He needs like 2 more hits.
South? What? Are you serious? K-God making the plays.
I don't know if that's K-God or just...
I mean, that's definitely not just K-God. That's also some questionable lack of respect for new disgusting satyr, but... thing does a lot of damage.
It does.
He just got clubbed to death, dude. Oh my god.
Alright, so we figure out what's gonna do the initial burst damage. It is Kuroki, like you said, to set up the Matumba Man Necrophos ults down the line.
So I would say that the jungle warding is already a total disaster. It's almost level 3. He's gotten a solo kill mid. This is not working out as expected.
Yeah, he's got boots and smoke coming his way, so I expect more kills going for Kuroki. But this is, you know, something I expected that, you know, Viper, Darkseer, these are good laning heroes. I didn't expect Kuro to, you know, get solo first blood.
Snowball on the Z-Freak down in the river. Surprise! And Swiddle unfortunately can't get to him to assist. Ran to the left and they immediately unleashed the Snowball. So Liquid really getting off to a hot start in the mid lane though. Fada trying to man up on Limp here. Soul Siphon, very irritating. We'll win the fight for now, and Salva is going to get forced out, so very sad death prop, especially with this build, where you've gone for a lot of early plus damage, light on the regen, and nowhere near the bottle, it looks like.
Are you surprised by the fact that Matumba Man has not put any points into his Heartstopper Aura?
A little bit, but mid lane again, just Kuroki single-handedly trying to win the game for his team. No net available for 10 seconds.
A little bit
even juggles off the sleep, but handskin a bit too. The mid lane is lost, that's fair to say.
Yes, it is.
Bottom lane, Tumba Man farming equally with the Bristle. You run this Coddle Bristle, I think you're hoping for a bit of an advantage there, and then...
Yeah. To be fair, I think this lane starts to take off once Swindows is level 5. He hasn't really got there yet.
Yeah, that's where the Quills really get scary.
Yeah. I think right now...
He did go back for a point in Sadis, by the way. Or sorry, Heartstopper, right.
Was it you that casted the game where Alliance S4's Death Prophet got dumpster in the mid lane? Or no, you watched that game, right?
Most of the Death Prophets I saw in the qualifiers got destroyed in their lanes.
Yeah.
I think teams have looked at some of the more successful ones, like, oh, that's how you play the hero mid. Mm-hmm. But it seems the response to Death Prophet is just put pressure while she's squishy and weak early on.
Bottom, Swindows making it go here against Matumba Man. Matumba Man's got 17.
Stick.
Yeah, 17 he uses right there.
Jen would have loved to grab that, but no, Jarek's is going to have to take it. They're worried about somebody roaming in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I am surprised that Bristle does have a Mango instead of a Fairy Fire. Simply because he's got the Keeper of Light partner. Be much more aggressive if he has the Fairy Fire instead.
I love that item. At first, it seemed like it's kind of expensive for the damage, but just the
heal.
Instant heal is so good in fights.
Alright, Kuroki is single-handedly winning the game as he has a killing spree 4.5 minutes in.
They're really just wrecking this mid lane, and You know, whether it's at least this case, it's a support tanking the gank, but pressure is still there. Limp's going to go back to the jungle and stack, and I would love to see them try and really pressure this tower in the next couple minutes. If you can get into the jungle, deny the Death Prophet stacks afterwards, you're in great shape moving forward.
I feel like stacking has become less and less of a thing, so teams are really not prioritizing dealing with it as much as they have before.
Definitely not as much stack Dota, and when we see it, it's not like the mid stack clears. It's like a carry, you know, anti-mage or juggernaut or something.
Or silent, you know. Yeah.
It's a little bit later on. It seems like teams are better at punishing it in this patch. Mind Control is going to engage with Jerax. There's the snowball forward. There's a brew split though. They want to force it out and then get the hell away, but Boulder toss onto one, Cyclone on the other. Who are they going to focus? They bring down Mind Control. They want to finish him off. It looks like Jerax has the TP out if necessary. Mind Control will die, but he's trying to hang on in the trees. Now he decides to TP out Nightmare. Oh, they got him. This might be a double. Boulder toss. Oh, couldn't quite get it off. He's got the mango. Is he in range here for the clap? He walks into range for the clap. Jerax. This is going to be tricky now. Throwing out the charge. He's still got a snowball. Jesse's kind of low. He's going to rev it up, let it go as long as possible. Now he just heads straight south. There's the crit. One more auto attack. No, needs a little bit more with the Tango regen still going. Jerax alive. Turns back. The
shift Q, please. The curry on the high ground, or not high ground, flying vision.
And I'm back, guys. Don't mind me. You spent such a long fight. Mind Control's rejoined it. While that was going on, they also rotated on mid. I think they may have committed a split.
That was just Kuroki, just doing Kuroki things.
Yeah, Kuroki's level 6, almost at 6.5 minutes. He's won the mid lane. He's probably going to take a tower soon. This game is out of control.
Meanwhile, Chessie finally TP'd some after staying in the woods for like 10 minutes. But that was a kind of good play by Jessie, you know, cool, calm, collected, despite being ganked by 2. Good stuff. Mango clap and then into ult.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, so Limp is not having a game. We're officially saying that. The thing is, with DP, especially with the lack of stacking, he does have one big stack in the jungle. I feel like that's not enough to recover, right? Like, she needs so much farm to be effective.
Yeah, Death Prophet. The hero doesn't get scary unless you're tanky enough to survive for the Scythe to really kick in and, you know, to later on be able to benefit from things like Octarine. But yeah, this is what I was mentioning. I really wanted to see them take over the jungle, try to grab the mid tower on the back of a kill, and that might be exactly what the play is here. I'm just a little bit too far away, but and just start forcing their way down this mid lane. The Coddle will have to rotate to defend. No TP, no boots yet.
Yeah,
it's a very poor Coddle.
Speaking of the Coddle and the Bristleback lane, hasn't really done, honestly, that much. Well, that said, though, he's actually leading in terms of farm to the Necro, so maybe that's already enough for the...
Yeah, but Necro's not getting any help, really. Like, we've seen Tusk roaming all over the map, and they're jungling with the Chen, so... Like you said, I don't think it's enough. It's a dual lane versus a solo Necro, and he's dead even with the Bristle and net worth.
Alright, well, let's see if Bristle picking up an early Vanguard would, you know, allow them to fight in a different way. That will give them that mid-game advantage.
Brew is going to split, and looks like the Snowball committed now, rolling to the north. See where they go, looking for the Cyclone, and is going to find Jerax, so settle for the Tusk kill if he can grab it. Jerax quite low now, surged and trying to retreat out, and they'll let him go. Brew not have mana for a follow-up clap, and I believe Chessie knew that. He is very close to his blink, but key thing, not going to die here. Fast one.
Yep. The thing is, once you get the blink, you can't really make a play until that ultimate's back on cooldown anyway, so that blink effectively delayed for 2 more.
I was wondering if Kuroki was going to try to steal the stack with the double Satyr. It's a little bit slow, I guess.
Yeah, if he had a tornado creep, he totally just rev it up. Yeah.
So they do take down the tower mid. Access to the Dire jungle gets a lot easier now, Lumi.
Yeah, I feel like though this game we are seeing compLexity starting to be the one that's making the aggressive play, especially with Brewmaster getting the blink, and now that Bristleback is hitting what, level 7? He's gonna hit level 7 soon. So I think this is the time for compLexity to make a go, but Limp died in the fountain teleporting back.
Yeah, he actually committed the TP scroll, and meanwhile, Bada, not even a scratch on him. My hotkeys for the gold graph and experience graph are also now working, so I was manually...
I didn't do anything about that.
I blame Lumi for that miskill, guys.
Alright.
That's not definitely on him.
Also, you know, I feel like this is a great Atos game if you're Necrofalls, if you just want to kite people, right? Especially that Bristleback.
Oh, this is the Blink Dagger reveal for Chessie. Obsword gets dropped. He's gone for a personal smoke. They do see Swindle marching in. Maybe they're just suspecting that Brew is coming as Mind Control continues to smack the tower, nobody defending. So at this point it does become fairly obvious that Brew is off the lane.
Just thinking about going back in. Alright, smoke breaks or reveals. Yeah, complexity, their moves have not been really working their way, and slowly Limp is falling too far behind, in my opinion, to really make a big impact in this game. In fact, I almost want to say that Death Prophet is not really a hero at this point.
What is she then, if she's not a hero?
She's a glorified range creep. Could also nuke sometimes. Imagine a team fight, right? She can't just run in and just siphon into a team. Her Hexism is too, you know, low level to do anything to like push or be a commanding force in a team fight, and she's not high level enough to really drop good silences. So what does DP do when you're so far behind?
She feeds.
Yeah, and she will continue to feed.
0, 4, and 0, but Prophet can be a comeback hero. Like if they can 5-man behind the Bristle Vanguard and the Brew split, yeah, she's really squishy, but they've got some great tools to protect her. So on her own though, definitely agree. Gonna have a rough game, and man, she could really use one more nuke. This is gonna be a slow going here. I'm gonna bottle Crow.
No,
just gonna be very slow and sad.
Where's Keeper when you need him?
I know, right?
Kato, man.
Sea Freak is busy trying to farm bottom lane. This is the poorest Keeper lane I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if this game was the game to do something like Jungle Keeper, how we see Aoi did back then.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, dude, that's so costly.
That's really costly. He's like, give me more mana. Alright. Jesse's like, okay, let me show you how you jungle.
Alright. First, you hit your cells onto the creeps, and then you right click.
This has been a rough game. I mean, to be fair, with what happened mid to Kuroki, very easy to go on.
I don't know. He fought that Satyr thinking he could win that fight.
He's tilting, man. Can you blame him? He got solo killed by a Satyr at level 2. I would tilt after that.
Is this all of his items? He's got a Bell of Giant Strength and Bottle? Alright.
Look at his net worth. He's 2,300 net worth, so yeah, that seems about right.
Holy crap. The Viper has almost 3 times his net worth. This is...
Fada has a Dragon Lance.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Dragon Lance Viper is like sickest thing.
He's 705 attack range now.
Yeah. Top tower is
good luck running from him.
How do you deal with this? Like, if you're Bristleback or, you know, underfarm DP? You just don't. He just shoots poison from so far.
Now they're just going to start rolling up towers. Kuroki and Fada onto the top lane. That will not be defended. Meanwhile, Jarek's patrolling through the bottom lane rather aggressively. Limp's just going to walk right by. He's just desperate to see creeps at this point. Wendell, does he go down here? I think he's a bit too tanky for Jarex to solo come. It's level 5, but only has 4 points in the nukes. Now going to get gripped and turned on. And Jarex, I think he got a little cocky.
Yeah.
Will end up going down. But meanwhile, Fada breaking the base.
he didn't have, if he had level 6, I thought that play would have, you know, made a little bit of sense. But
yeah, he could have. Oh, even then, you still have the Vanguard. That would be questionable. I don't know if he dies there, but definitely not without it.
Bata trying to do his best pushing impression, except he's hitting for like 100 damage.
Yeah, dude, Viper breaking the base in 13 minutes. Easy. Chessie, though, may be forced to ult. In fact, he will. This would be a very big kill, though, if they can take down the Viper.
Oh, send back.
Send back, and I think he dispelled it. Yeah, got it off, and with that, Fada probably going to go down. In fact, they're looking for a secondary kill. Fada finished it. Now the Chen will be next. Excellent micro here in the clutch with the extra boulder toss. Chessie showing off his skill on the Brew, and Kuroki going to go down as well. Combine that with the Tusk Death, that's 3 in a row.
That's also a killing...
Complexity right back in this game.
That's also a killing spree streak that Chen just gave away because Kuroki is still farmed. So Chessie, like you said, making it happen. And this is why I think Brewmasters want to be fairly like underpicked hero. Like you could just make things like that happen despite being so far down.
He's gotten so many buffs over the past. They buffed the Boulder Toss damage and cooldown multiple times, I believe. They buffed the Dispel Magic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what else they changed. I think they changed the pin of move speed. I can't remember, but there's been like probably 10 to 15 like little buffs on the Brew split over the past 4 to 5 patches.
Yeah, and oftentimes I think the hardest thing is to fit.
complexity. Get it together, guys. They're kicking headsets out. They're dying to satyrs, man. Oh my goodness. But this is a comeback game.
Yeah. I don't even know what I was trying to say with the Brewmaster.
They're putting you on tilt, Lumi.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, now he's... This would be the time to go now with the Brewmaster ult on the cooldown.
They recognize that the punch comes through. Nice blinding lights to try to push the back, but Chessie gets Reaper, dead for 70 seconds. Well, good news is by the time he comes back, the split will be ready.
The downside of this, you have a 2 points into Illuminate. Uh-oh. Alright, nothing's happening. Yeah, I think this tier 2 is gonna go down. There's not much to really do about it. They are gonna fight though.
The committee on the Swindle now. They pop the Viper Strike onto Z-Freak, who quickly starts to drop the Dragonlance Viper going to work. Death Prophet, first ultimate of the game. Can they kill off Bottom very far back and not being supported by his team? And will drop in the end. That's a pretty big kill. Viper down for 45. Go for a sleep here, but the Chen army still in position to make this a difficult engage. Swindle marching forward. Matumba men there, soaking up the damage, but my god, those quills come out quickly. Keep on running forward, hitting him with the old mace. Is it enough to get the kill? Send back Matumba man. Close surge, and we'll make it home. Get me out of here, but that just leaves less heroes to help him out on the retreat. Mind control, tanking nukes with the Death Prophet will end up falling here. They've lost 2 big cores. Are they going to lose someone else? Kuroki will TP home.
Can you go into Roche? No, they're too low.
complexity just right back in this one. That was another big fight their way. Another 2,000 gold coin. Liquid had what was it, like a 8,000 gold lead?
Yes.
It is now down to 5.
Liquid to me normally is a very disciplined team, so the fact that they lost their Viper and still continue to siege that tier 2 was very questionable. I felt like Bristleback's one of those heroes that can't just make that play, especially if you look at the itemization he has. He has Magic Wand, Vanguard, Hood, like he can't just run against the whole team, especially now that you don't have your Reaper, because you used it earlier. You just can't deal with Swindle.
And the mid lane, Chessie does get jumped. He's going to pop the ultimate. Boulder toss on Jerax. Viper Strike on the Wind Panda. Tries to retreat it, and it is going to tick down to the poison. Now the Earth Panda is all that's left, as the Fire Panda will drop. He may die anyway. They do have Handskin here. He needs to sleep Fauna and try to blink out. Timing will be right. Boulder toss on Jerax. No, the Ion Shell was already going, so Jerax, well, maybe gets turned on. Swindle comes from behind. Angry Armadillo up your butt. That's not what they're looking for. Now Swindle getting in the middle of the fight. Lays into Fauna, almost finish him up with the Quill so low. One last swing of the mace. We'll kill him off, and Matumba Man's got to turn tail and run. There's a buyback on the Tusk. Afraid that this fight could just completely fall apart, and that was the completion of the pipe in the midst of it.
I say that's a complexity win. I mean, you trade your Chessie for the Fata, but I feel like Viper is getting to a point where he really needs to scale by getting items, whereas Brewmaster's pretty much done with his item, right? Once you get the blink, you're pretty much set.
Are you seeing this graph, by the way? This game is almost even.
Yeah. I mean, is it surprising though, given how the fights are turning out? As soon as Brewmaster is joining these fights, it's complexity that's winning these fights.
It's not surprising that after the kills happen, it's more just
like how
the way that they got these kills. Yeah. Very sloppy play from Liquid after an incredibly strong start. And then complexity at this point, now they can really take advantage of the strengths of their lineup. Z-Freak, I think he was looking for the recall there, but just gets slaughtered by Matumba Man and friends.
Yeah, I guess I'm also surprising in the sense that how it happened. Like, if you look at the damage output from complexity, it's just like quills. When you have Hand of God and Mech, you feel like you should be very prepared for that kind of damage, but apparently not. You could also make the argument that the Necro ult needs to be reserved for the Bristleback.
Hey, somebody built a Glimmer Cape instead of an Ether Lens. What is the world coming to?
You think the Ether Lens is overrated?
No, I think it's rated correctly, which is good on almost every hero every game. It was more like it feels like it's made Glimmer Cape slightly obsolete in most games.
Yeah, I guess it's just like the defense versus offense.
Right, but Aether Lens just gives you something of everything.
Yeah.
It's like it never
feels. The
build-up
is so nice.
The build-up's great. You get the little magic resistance, little bonus damage, the extra range. Like the stats are good. Glimmer Cape, I think, has become a lot more situational.
Yeah. I think the big thing is that Glimmer Cape is costing you mana, whereas, the Aether Lens gives you more mana. So,
yeah.
It's a good thing to have on the team. Alright, so where are we moving from here? I feel like the next 20 minutes, 15 minutes, Complexity's hero just scales a little bit better. You're looking at Necrophos as well as Viper, who really needs gold to scale. And honestly, with the last couple of deaths, they're not really getting too much farm. Whereas I feel like complexity is trucking along.
Yeah, and I guess it goes to where Complexity's draft originally was hoping to be, which is 5-manning behind their big team fight and their heavy tank in the front line, the Bristles / ideally Death Prophet as well, but Limp is a little bit on the squishy side, so I think that's what we'll see from Complexity. Just group up around it, try to pressure towers. More likely Liquid are going to be the ones split pushing until they get, like, let's say a Blink Dagger on Darkseer, then maybe they look to take the fights, but till then I think it's a little tricky for them to engage.
Yeah. I guess the quote-unquote bad thing is that Liquid has destroyed so many of the tier 2s that they're not really hitting structure anymore.
Right, they can't threaten, like, they're not going to threaten tier 3s at this point.
Exactly, and now Swindle's going in.
Getting aggressive here, starts to tank some nuke damage, turns his back, still has the pipe available, hanging on to it for quite a while. Then Chessie's going to engage, does pop the Bruce Split, Fado with the BKB, but the Ghost starts to go to work. Limp manning up and uppercutted into the next universe. Well, he underestimated the damage of Fado by quite a bit. Swindle also going to drop 2 big cores down. We go right back the other way. Handskin caught in the trees, sets our stop just a half-second late from Kuro. I guess creeps may run into each other and got fogged a little bit. So they lose a Bruce Split, they lose 2 big cores, and now it's Liquid's turn to just march right down mid.
Yeah, they're gonna get that last tier 2, which I think Complexity is okay about. I'm surprised how that fight went instead of why Complexity didn't really do much, it feels like. I think it came down to the positioning where the Radiant heroes are spread out well enough, or what was the case, you think?
Brewmaster initiates with Blink on a BKB Viper who is invincible. Also, Chen just got Ags, which is a huge pickup for the team.
Yep, Granite Golem.
And he gets more, yeah, with the Granite Golem, I think they're a lot more tanky than expected. And Death Prophet just died way too quickly. To me, that was the biggest issue. Lip ran into the middle of the fight. He had the Brew in front, but he got so far in that they could just, like, they're like, oh, Death Prophet in the middle of our team, who's begging to be focused with the Soul Siphon going. And
she has 1,000 HP, so it's like...
I think it's just a really tough Death Prophet game. You need to be in the middle of the fight generally, but that was...
It's really tough Death Prophet game considering his start.
Yeah.
Which was not good. Jurax is going to try to copy block.
What a great block with the shards. Endy even manages to trap Swindle on the other side, but it won't be enough to get the Roche down in time. So Swindle's going to engage into this. They're lacking the Brewmaster split though, as well as the Exorcism. Without those 2 ultimates, can they possibly hold? Blinding Light comes out. The Chen creeps continue to just march up the ramp. Very tanky. Another grab by the shard. Swindle caught out a little bit. Do they want to engage onto him? They're going to play it safe. If there were ever a time to go, you would think it's with no split and no exorcism, but...
Yeah, they're going to try to go back into the Roshan pit, but with Bristleback just coming in, are they not going to fight this? They're going to just give it up. I'm surprised.
I think they realize without their ults, it's too risky. And you lose a fight here, that might just be a lane of Rex.
That is true, but they engaged previously without having ults in the first place, so... Or are they not engaging now?
I think they reevaluate.
Well, they do have the Brewmaster ult in 2 seconds.
So. Now they want to go, but also at the same moment is right when the Roach is about to drop, and it will be grabbed by the Necrophos. Swindle's isolated, caught out. Now the Ion Shelled Golem, yeah, seems balanced, boys. Here we go, Limp getting caught out a little bit. They managed to grip Fada, but it's Wally's BKB. The Ghosts are going, though, really chunking down the Viper, and they are going to be able to finish him off. Reaper on a Limp, not enough to get the kill, though. Matumba Man still has the Aegis, charging forward. Bruce Split continues to go, and Kurogi just stands with his Golem and right-clicks heroes, but look at the Quill stacking up. Swindles beginning to take over the fight. Mind Control in a lot of danger. They're going to have a jump forward for the Brew in a couple seconds. Actually, it's Mind Control with one last karate jump, gets the kill. 3 heroes down now. Only 2 for Complexity. Do they continue pursuit is the question. Seems like Mind Control wants to. The double ion shells. Oh, Mind Control just charges in. Take me, Swindle. Take me. And Swindle says, great, I will take you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very sexual, but okay.
I mean, no shit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sorry, it's late. I'm hungry. But yeah.
Well, it doesn't help that the food is literally right in front of you, and you can't eat it.
I can't eat it. Okay, so
this has not been the cleanest Dota from either team. It's actually getting kind of late here already in Minx, but it definitely feels like these teams are not playing their game right now.
Yeah. To be fair, this is like the first games of the day where teams are really filling each other out. So I guess it's to be expected. But again, I feel like if you don't Necro ult the Bristleback, then he's gonna just run you down. Like what?
And he's got a pipe as well, so it's like, yeah, you kind of have to ult him, but he's also the worst hero to ult.
Yeah.
It's a rock in a hard place.
I do believe that this is going to be a DP Atos, right?
I think it should be. Just anything to tank up.
Yeah.
Honestly, just get cheap, cost-effective HP items. You're not going to be building into a heart unless they win a huge team fight before she spends her gold, so...
And honestly, it's probably one of the worst Atos game, considering the fact that there's Search. Yeah, the stats alone on this item is pretty decent.
This is a game changer. The Necro Aghanim's ultimate now online. So, like, this to me is where you just want to get any kill. You don't... If you can get the Bristle, it's ideal, but just using this ult on cooldown is so game-changing.
Well, if you hit the kill, right?
Yeah, right. Which is where if you use it on Bristle, like, are you actually going to get the kill?
Well, they used that on DP last time, and they still didn't get the kill because of Pipe and Mech, I imagine. So it's going to be tough.
Get that Coddle.
Well, Coddle's tanking out too. He's got a point booster and Axe. Although he probably will die here.
Jarex apparently is less than impressed by his point booster.
Viper illusion.
The illusions are just killing him. Alright, go down. That's my kill. Thank you very much, says Spada.
Like a snake-bitten mouse.
They're gonna try to high ground on the back of the Zags. Grouping up for it.
I mean, they're fighting high ground into DP as well as Pando. That seems hard, even if they don't have keeper.
So a couple minutes on the Aegis, though. They found the Triceratops as well as an ancient black dragon.
Oh, dude. Frenzy?
This Viper is already a beast.
He's hitting fast. I'm not sure why he's animation canceling. He's actually losing attack speed by doing that. Just attack.
0.5 attacks per second with the Frenzy.
Alright, here comes Swindles.
They're gonna need a good setup here. Spada gonna get slept out. The goo comes out from Swindle. He runs in. He's got to get this stacked up a lot more before he can fully engage, and they are going to find the grip here, but the BKB comes up from Spada after it gets cancelled. Now Matumba Man up in front, looking for the Aghanim Scepter opportunity. Hanging on to the ult for now. Limp, still healthy and not healthy anymore. Deleted from the game for 80 seconds. Swindles gets right over the Frenzied Viper. Dude, just trucking through compLexity and Seafreak next. And that's Elena Rex. That just might be the game at this point. Brewmaster Split already committed. The Death Prophet ult on cooldown. Can't buy back. One lane down. Both other lanes available to be claimed. compLexity. Just like that.
I'm going to just say that.
No, thrown it.
Chen is just OP late game. Like, that was just Penitence plus Frenzy on your Viper. It's just like boom, 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 boom. The Bristle back just died.
You say late game. It's 27 minutes.
Whoa, it's...
Kuroki has like 35-minute farm, I would say, at least.
He definitely does. He had like a triple kill. Bring the hell out of the throw. He's being called out.
My god, that was not how I thought this game would go.
No, I thought compLexity was going to win this in a little bit more drawn-out fashion, but they're going to win this, but... Jeez.
Well, Kuroki, I wouldn't say he's... Not to say the rest of the team didn't play well. When your Chen solo kills the enemy Death Prophet with a Satyr at, what was it, 3 minutes into the game?
Yep.
You got to give that man the MVP award.
Oh, Matumba Man 7-0 and A as well. Not too bad.
They all did their job, but Kuroki just... That it shouldn't happen, but that was just spectacular Chen play for me.
Yep.
And the smoke ganks were great. The farming